Hey friends, happy Saturday, the 6th of July. Nice to take a moment and be with you. I'm Father Bill Hill, priest at Holy Spirit Catholic Community in Rock Springs, Wyoming. I'll share with you a reflection on the daily readings. The readings are linked below. Click the link, read the readings prayerfully, turn off the screen. Spend some time with God before you move on to other things. Today we have readings from the book of Amos as well as from Matthew's Gospel. Ah yes, and it is a Saturday. If you work regular work weeks, may today be a day of rest and recreation and renewal. Please don't just drive yourself all the harder as a result of working for yourself on these days, but also remember you are made in the image and the likeness of God, and rest is part of how God made you. Important for us to remember that in an achievement-based culture, right? Amos. I think that today is our last day with the prophet Amos. Monday we'll pick up with Hosea. Amos cuts and heals. He speaks of the day of the Lord when wrath and judgment will come. And be mindful, I talked about this on Tuesday, judgment is coming to the northern kingdom of Israel where Amos is prophesying. 20 years after Amos's time, they will be defeated militarily by the Assyrians. They will be sent into exile, never to be heard from again. The first half of it, Amos speaks of the day of the Lord, and that is a theme that is oftentimes seen in many of the prophets. The horror, the agony, the pain, and the suffering of the people as the day of the Lord is brought about. And then the second half is some words of promise, right? That the people will be restored to the land, and so they'll be able to plant vineyards. Why does that matter? I think that it takes, 5 years after planting before you get a harvest of grapes? So you'll be able to plant vineyards and also drink the wine. You'll be that stable. You'll be able to inhabit ruined cities. You'll plant gardens and actually have the chance to receive the produce from them. This is being at home, being stable, being secure, having what you need as a people. Jesus says in John's Gospel, I will prepare a place for you. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. I think that that's kind of playing with the same sort of an image, to just be at home with God. So the question for you and your reflection, what do you need? Do you need some butt kicking? Do you need challenge and God who calls you to more? Then especially maybe spend some time dwelling with that first part. Do you need some comfort, some solace, some care, some connection? Spend some time resonating with that second part. I've heard preaching the gospel described as comforting the afflicted and afflicting the comfortable. So if you're comfortable, read the first half, and if you're afflicted, read the second half. All right, gospel. A legitimate question of the Pharisees, like, okay, Jesus, you're a rabbi, you are gathering students, disciples to yourself. We have a question about your practices. Why is it that we, Pharisees, fast twice a week? And yet you guys fast not at all, right? Jesus gets accused of being a glutton and a drunkard. Jesus takes it as an opportunity to offer a provocative reflection on the old and the new, giving an image of a patch that will pull away from a cloak if it hasn't already been shrunken. The skins can be a little bit confusing because we can think of like skins as just carrying water. The skins would have been used as fermentation vessels. The idea being that these unaged leathers can be sewn up sufficiently as to hold moisture, and then the leather is able to expand as fermentation happens. And so that's the entire point, is that they have the ability to grow and to expand. And if you use already used vessels, they've already done what leather can do, and they will burst. Always, for us in the church, this is a tension, right, between preservation and at the same time adaptation. And this is painful. This happens in fits and starts, and we can really wrestle and struggle with these values. And so just as Jesus engages with the Pharisees, perhaps we might ask that question, how's the Lord inviting us to hold fast? And how's the Lord inviting us to adapt, change? And perhaps, as you well know, you might be more inclined to the way things have been You might be more inclined to letting go and discovering new things. What's easier for you, and in what ways is the Lord inviting you to grow out of your comfort zone? All right, friends, read those readings prayerfully. Turn off the screen. Spend some time with God before you move on to other things. Happy Saturday, y'all. God bless.